Hello, hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Talk Your Shit podcast.
This is your host, Melody.
And this is your host, Sabrina.
And now it's time to talk our shit.
Cheers.
So good, so good, so good.
Always. So, okay, I'm stuck in this right now. So, okay, let's get into the tea. So, today's topic, guys, we're going to be talking about successful people, but the difference between successful people that come from money, right? And successful people that come from a more, average slash even poor background. It is what it is. We're being raw tonight. It is what it is. So, in both cases, they're successful, whatever successful means to you, but one comes from, more of a, rich background. They got, mommy and daddy money, and the other one, struggle is real type of money. You know what I mean? And so basically what I kind of want to talk about, and I want to ask you your opinion, Melody, is what do you personally think, between, do you think the same of somebody that comes from a rich family that in their entire life they had everything, they had it all when it comes to money, they were maybe multiple houses, they got their car, everything paid for, whatever, and somebody that becomes successful but that comes from, an average and sometimes even poor background?
So, what I personally think,
Yeah.
if I'm looking at, the people that are inspiring me and the people that I look up to, most of the time, in most cases, they're coming from an average slash poor background.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm more inspired by people that are coming from nothing, coming from zero, and that are able to, be really successful, highly successful, and just, excel in what they're doing. For example, I'm looking more, in my industry. So, for example, the network marketing industry. I'm getting inspired more by the people that started from zero and that
Yeah.
are now millionaires, multimillionaires, billionaires, thanks to this industry, and that they started from zero. So, I feel like in both cases, it's not taking away anything from the person.
Yeah, the hustle, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But I feel like if when you're coming from a poor or average background, you gotta hustle way more. I feel
Yeah.
like the opportunities, you gotta look for them and search for them and hustle for them. When you're coming from a rich background and you're hanging around people that are already rich, well, it's kind of more easier. And that's not for nothing that we're saying, go around the fire, stick around the people that have what you want, stick around the people that are already in the situation that you want, have what you want, know what you want to know. Because when you get around people like that, well, that's what you attract as well. So when
Yeah.
you're born in that environment, when you're born in an environment where they're already talking about financial literacy, they're already talking about starting a business, they're already
And investing, that
exactly.
stuff.
Well, it's way easier. And I'm not saying that every person that is coming from a rich family, they be talking about,
Yeah.
financial literacy and
No.
investing at the table. That's not what I'm saying. But most of the time when your environment is that, well, it's easier for you to, search, find the opportunities, and the opportunities tend to, they're there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just feel like let's be real. Like, guys, you're just a little luckier, man. You got a little, I'm not saying it's just luck. I'm not saying it's easy because, listen, I know we're going to get hate for this because I've met people, listen, in my high school where some people were rich and they were entitled, they wouldn't do shit, but they had it all. And then I had people where their parents were rich, but they wouldn't give them anything. It's like, the kid was broke, man, but their parents was rich because they really wanted their kid to learn and to work for their money. And even though sometimes I wasn't understanding it, like that girl wanted a freaking new iPhone and she had to save 2 years for that goddamn iPhone when their freaking parents had like a condo and a house and a cottage and a house in Mexico. I was like, why are you making, just buy her the goddamn iPhone, man. She over here stressing herself out selling muffins, bro, to pay for, you know what I mean? But I get what they're doing.
I get
they're
it.
doing that so their girl is not just a little entitled little girl that mommy and dad are gonna give you the money, because I've met that type of people and I don't relate. I don't relate. And the reason why I relate, first of all, I don't come from rich, so I can't relate. I can't just call mommy and daddy, I want to do BMW just because I want, bro. I don't have that. Okay, it's like ever since I was 15, I had to hustle and everything.
Same.
So
Yeah.
obviously, I relate way more to people that don't come from a lot. But let me tell you why I get inspired is because everybody, no matter where you come from, you have a certain reality, and if you want to change it, you got to move. And if you don't come from a lot, like I'm talking about right now, really poor, because there's a lot of people that inspire me that come from like, yo, you could never tell where they come from, but if they would tell you, you would literally break down in tears. And the reason why it inspires me so much is because they did not let their circumstances define them. And they're like,
Exactly.
no matter where I come from, no matter what the people think I have to do, no matter the way I've been conditioned, I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna make it. And I relate to that because
Yeah.
every single day you could let your background define you. You could let the past, you could let the people around you tell you what you should be doing with your life. But if you decide, even
Yeah.
though you have that negative background, that negative environment, that you still want to do great, that takes a different type of freaking mindset,
Yeah.
a different type of freaking discipline, a different type of work ethic for you to be able to do it.
Yeah,
man.
and a
Like,
willpower. Because
yeah,
most people
wow.
they get influenced by their environment, and there are some people that end up they don't change. They stick in that environment, and they're still years after year the same person, and they're still in the same environment, and they don't change. So when you're coming from that, and all you see is that environment that is negative and that is not fulfilling. Well, it's as Sabrina said, you gotta have that willpower, and it takes a different
Yeah.
type of mindset and a different
Yeah.
type of hustle to get out of that and be like, you know what, that's my situation right now, but I want to change it and I want to
Yeah.
get out of it, and I'm gonna do the necessary things to actually get out of that and have a better life for myself.
Exactly.
So
And I feel like, that's also like a good reason of like saying that there's a difference between being inspired by somebody and respecting the hustle.
Yeah.
And so I really don't want to be here and bashing people that come from a lot, because you did not choose to come from there, to come from poor. Like you have nothing to do with where you were born. If ever, like, take advantage of what you have. But it's, they could also say like, sometimes people are rich and they go into drugs and they have that kind of, it could also be a negative background, and then you need a different type of mentality, because yeah, you got the money, but you're miserable because the people around you don't know how to use their money properly, and so you're still back at square one. Obviously, we could go there. That's not, where we're going with this
Yeah.
episode today, but like, I get you, I hear you, don't come at me, because it is what it is. That's my opinion. But personally, I feel like there's a difference between being inspired by somebody and respect their hustle. Like, there's people that are rich that don't inspire me, but I respect their hustle.
Yeah.
Not because you're rich that everything is easy, man. Because every time, just letting you know, the more money you have, the more problems you will
Exactly.
have. That's Biggie. If you know, Biggie Smalls, more money, more problem, more money, more problem,
Hey,
more money,
hey,
more problem.
hey, okay. Okay.
No, but you know what I mean? So obviously, guys, we're not saying like being rich is so easy and you got it all easy. No, because with more money comes more problem. But like so I will not maybe get inspired by you, but I will always look at the hustle
And respect that.
and respect that,
Yeah.
because I know what it fucking takes.
Yeah.
And it's not easy. Even though you got the money, it's not easy to wake up every day and do it. It's not easy
Yeah.
to keep going even when you don't want to.
We're
And
never
money
gonna-
can't do
yeah.
anything about that.
We're never gonna hate on somebody just because
ever.
that person got started and they were in that rich environment, because we know what it takes. And regardless of like your background, if you're at some point right now and you're highly successful and you have a lot of money and you have successful businesses, like, in order to have that, you gotta have a certain, you gotta have a certain work ethic and work for
Yeah.
it as well. So like, we respect that, but
Yeah.
it's just a different type of hustle.
And you know what it's making me think? I think we talked about it. When I told you about I have it on the Kim Kardashian scandal. I told you about it.
Yeah.
I think, and it's like, I remember it was on. I don't listen really like to the Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but I listen to a couple of episodes sometimes with my sister. I have one of my sisters. She comes over with me and we'll look like we'll watch like an episode or two. And so I'm always a little lost, but I still like follow it. And on one of their episodes, she kind of said like they were doing, I don't know what, because I don't know that much, but like an interview and whatever. And she just said like, yo, you gotta get your ass up and work. It
Yeah,
seems like
but this
nobody
one-
wants to work these days.
Yeah, this
You've
one
heard
was
about
all
it.
over social media.
But bro, she got hates, my guy. Like, she got hated on. And basically the hate was like, the message is okay, but coming from the person it comes from, like, it's easy for you to say as a billionaire woman. And I want to stick it back. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Kim Kardashian is not somebody that inspires me. She does not inspire me, but I respect the goddamn hustle. I said what I said. I don't care what you say. Yo, I recognize hustle when I see it. And yes, she got maybe assistance and this and this and that, and everybody probably doesn't take care of the kids, whatever the case may be. But sometimes there's things that you gotta be able to see, regardless of you not liking the gal or not liking how she got famous. Okay, yeah, maybe she had a sex tape to make it and whatever. But you guys don't remember the days that she had to be everybody's little pet to be able to be seen on TV, when she was Paris Hilton's best friend and she was always sticking and doing the most to be seen. Like, maybe you guys don't relate to that type of hustle because that's like the Hollywood hustle. It's like the celebrity.
It's still a hustle.
It's still a hustle, man.
It's still not cute.
Like,
she still has to do that.
Like, do you think she felt great always having to? To just be seen into that. And like, just so you know, I didn't know all of that, but I watched like one episode with my sister, and I think in 2022, guys, she went to law school first of all, and she passed it. I mean, she like failed an exam and then she did it again and passed it at the same time that she was going through a divorce, at the same time that she was being they brought her to court. She got a lawsuit of like millions and millions of dollars, basically like Blac Chyna, like not me knowing the freaking gossip, but it's that one episode that I watched. I'm not to say Hollywood, what's up? So like apparently Blac Chyna they had a lawsuit of like 100 millions because of that. I don't know the reason, but I know it's Blac Chyna.
Yeah.
And so, going through her divorce, going to law school, going to court, and running her businesses. Like, it's a lot. Most of y'all watching this right now, you would have quit. Hands straight up. So, personally, I respect her hustle. Does Kim Kardashian inspire me? No. That's what I would say to that. So, I feel like it's so important to...
But that's the thing. The thing is, like, she still had to hustle. And most people, when people are rich and they see the end result and they see where they're at right now, they're like, oh, but it's easy for you to say that because you're already there. Yeah. But mind you, when you're taking it back a couple of years ago, well, she was hustling her way up. You know what I mean? But I feel like you're saying I'm not inspired by Kim K because it's not your type of a hustle. And you're not in that industry.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
You can't relate to that. But she still had to hustle, and she still
works. Yeah. Like she's like you can see she's stressed out, man. On the episode, she's always on her. Everybody else is like, oh my god, when am I gonna have for breakfast? Like I have such a busy day today. I have like spray tan at 2. I have hot yoga at 5, and oh my god, Tristan is coming home with the kids.
Not her being like a professional of like the Kardashian show.
I'm an actress.
I'm dead.
Because I see them on TikTok, man. They're all over my For You page. These girls, but they're good. You remember when we did a lot of acting videos?
Yeah.
So don't be hating. Don't be hating because they're giving me good content. They're giving me good content ideas. But anyway, but you know why they were saying that, like, when she had that scandal is because, like, the message is okay, but it's the person that delivered it that wasn't real. That wasn't good. And, like, I get it, but, bro, stop being weak. What she said is true. Get your ass up and work. Yeah. It seems like nobody wants to work these days. Straight up. Yeah. Period blank. I don't care who says it. Get your ass up and work. And the people hating on her fucking broke watching her TV making her money. So what are you hating for?
And that's the thing. Most people that are hating, regardless of where you're coming from, most people that are hating from like on people that are successful or people that are not successful at all. People that don't want to work. So, people like, that are not putting in the work.
You know, why am I going to vibrate low to downgrade her when she's hustling?
Yeah. Because let me tell you something. Successful people, they don't have the time to hate. Yeah. Okay? They don't have the time to hate. So, like, just, they're minding their business. Okay?
So, I feel like, to sum it up, what really this is about is, like, I don't get in. If you come from rich, I can't relate. I can't relate, boo-boo. I'm sorry. Like, it is what it is. I don't get inspired from you. I'll respect your hustle, but you don't inspire me. The people that inspire me is that they came from nothing. They decided to not let that define them and decided to get over themselves. And, break generational curses because when you come from not a lot, that means that your entire life you've been conditioned to be negative, conditioned to be a victim, conditioned to see the circumstances around you and let that define you. And you have to decide to not let that get you.
And that's why it inspires me. And to associate like success and money to hard work and hustle and always struggling.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, you gotta reprogram. It's not just about the hustle and the physical action that you do, but it's about reprogramming what you have in your mindset.
It's the broke mindset that you have.
And that's the hardest thing. That's the hardest part.
And that's why I love this topic so much, and I'm so like, you can see like I'm vocal because like it passionates me, and I'm just like, that's one of my missions. It's to really show people it doesn't matter where you come from, but I'm here to tell you it won't be easy for you. If you don't come from, you will do it, but it's not gonna be easy because you're gonna compensate for what you don't have that others have. Like you're gonna, some others are just gonna be in a room because their mommy and dad, or because their friends or their boyfriend or their girlfriend had people that they know. If you don't come from that type of room, you gotta figure out a way to get into that room.
Yes.
The fact is, you will be in that room, but the way you're gonna try to get there, that's the problem. That's what's gonna be hard. Doesn't mean you won't do it. Just means that you're gonna have to hustle harder than the rest. But that's why when you are successful, you're gonna be more successful than the rest because you have to do things the other didn't have to be there. So
And you also know how to sustain that.
Yeah.
I feel like when you have to hustle for it and it's hard and you're failing, because remember, failure is a part of success. It's not one or the other. You got to fail your way to success.
Yeah.
So when you know that you're failing and then you're figuring it out and now you're successful, you know how to maintain that. And I feel like it's a different type of energy when you're at the top because you're like, damn, I made it. Yeah.
no, I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait. And when I see guys, like I literally cry when I hear a speaker talking about like where they come from, and then you could never tell that that's where they come from. It's like sometimes
You
I'm
never
like, yo,
know.
you lying.
You never know.
I'm like, yo, you're lying because like you, wow, like. Anyways, that inspires me. But again, guys, like I'll always, because I recognize the hustle, and I will always respect it. But period, like. I won't get inspired if you just had it all like that. I won't, you won't inspire me, but I'll respect 100,000% your hustle. But we really want to know like what you guys think as well, like of that, because obviously maybe you're like, girl, like what you're saying is whatever, but that's our opinion, and I'm very strong. Like come at me, please, because that's really what I think deep down there, and I'm not scared to say it. But please let us know in the comments. Please let us know feedback. DM us on Instagram to let us know what do you think, and if you get inspired by people that come from a lot or not, let us know. But I feel we're gonna end it up right here.
Yes.
Thank you so much for tuning in with us, guys, for another amazing episode of the Talk Your Shit podcast, and we'll see you guys on another episode.